Welcome to your cabin. Your home on the Avalon. A Homestead Company starship.
Hey, what's up, you
Your
guys?
new life awaits you on Homestead 2. Please pull the handle.
The grip can be used to pull down the handle.
It's Brian Paul Singh here in VR as always, playing Passengers Awakenings. This is
Trigger to activate the grip.
This is Sony's newest movie tie-in.
Ready. Starting your journey.
And just like Ghostbusters, now hiring VR, they disabled the use of the PlayStation 4 share button functionality.
Just breathe. It's perfectly normal to feel confused. You've just spent 120 years in suspended animation. You're a passenger on the starship Avalon, in transit from Earth to your new home, the colony world of Homestead 2. A new world. A fresh start. Room to grow. The Avalon is on final approach. Enjoy the rest of your voyage.
Alright, so here's what we're gonna do. They talk incessantly for this entire 20-minute experience.
Homestead Company server. System failure. Rebooting.
So instead of fighting with the audio of the game,
successful.
we're just gonna...
heuristics initialized.
Yeah,
Polaris
like this.
Multitool Rate 1 Mechanical Engineering Field Guide loaded.
Do you hear this?
Please take a moment to familiarize yourself with the built-in teleportation tool.
It's fucking obnoxious.
Tilt the move stick forward to pick a destination.
Do you want 20 minutes of this? Do you want to play 20 minutes of this?
Try it now.
You don't, I promise you. So I'm going to kill the audio for the rest of this video so that I don't have to fight over it. I'm going to talk over it. If you want to play this game and you want to hear this crap, then
try
go
jumping
play
backwards.
it. Yeah.
Pull the move stick towards you to jump backwards.
So here's the thing. Obviously, it's teleportation to travel. I don't know if there's any move controller functionality. I highly doubt it, because the way that you do teleportation is by like flicking the right stick. It's not the worst thing I've ever seen, but it is it's stupid. It's like, just stop it with this teleportation bullshit. We're all tired of it, and especially in something like this that absolutely doesn't need it and actually totally hinders the game. It really shouldn't have been used in this experience at all, and you'll see why in just a second. In that opening scene when they were like, oh, pull the lever, it's the very first thing that they ask you to do. But here, see this? It's like impossible to pull the damn lever. So I tried to back up and do it. I'm holding the controller against my chest because using the teleportation, if you stand where they want you to stand, you can't, there's no room to do anything. And so I was constantly trying to back up just enough so that I could reach out and do it. Instead, I was like hitting my own chest, or hitting the person sitting next to me on the couch. Try standing, even worse, because then you're really out of range of the camera. The camera, I don't have a problem with my setup at home. I sit about 6 feet away from my television, and almost every game works perfectly. There's one or two that, obviously you require more room. But something like this with teleportation that you should be able to do sitting down, this should be designed for somebody sitting on a couch. And it's like broken. Alright, let's back up a little bit. This is supposed to be 20 minutes long. I played for about 20 minutes and I gave up in frustration because I hate it. Like, I very seldom say that I hate something. In fact, people tell me all the time that I like too many things. And maybe that's true. This is not an example of that. This is a tie-in to, I guess, the movie that came out last year, Awakenings. I don't see the connection, really. You're a passenger on a spaceship, and, yeah, watch me try to pull this handle. This is fun. It's the most basic of... Alright, let's see. I'm actually going to try to do it here. I was looking at the tool to see if I was missing anything. There's a screwdriver and like a welder and that sort of thing. Watch this. Ready? Yeah, am I going to get it first try? Yeah. That's actually impressive, because the number of times I did it and didn't do it on the first try was quite a few. This here, though, this will absolutely clue you into the frustration that I had. All you have to do in this segment here is to pull out the busted fuse. Yep, I tossed that behind me. And then pick up the fuse that's sitting here on the table and put it into the hole.
Pick up a replacement
But
processor card with the
just sitting on my couch and having my camera angled exactly the way that it's always angled, which I play every single game the exact same way, it was losing it every time. Just as I was about to grab the card, my controller would just disappear. It would totally lose all tracking. There's just nothing. There we go. Finally got it. Dropped it. So these are the type of quote-unquote puzzles that you'll see in this game. And we're going to spoil, I guess, most of the game because it's only 20 minutes long. It's $10 for 20 minutes, and it's not a fun 20 minutes. I don't understand what they were going for here. I don't see the appeal. And again, they just talk non-stop. And they don't say anything interesting. Some of these environments look okay, at least. I'll give it a little bit of credit. This room looks all right. You'll see another one with a pool in it later, but it's none of it did anything for me. And when you're so frustrated trying to get through the experience, you definitely, it's harder to appreciate when things even look nice or when things are doing something right. This doesn't do a lot right. This multi-tool that they give you is, I mean, it's just generally broken, and that all has to do, for the most part, with the tracking of the controller. So this is the ship that we're on. I don't know the name of it. If I turn the audio back up, we'd probably all learn together, but who wants that? And then
Go to the concourse bar.
yeah, this guy who's on your little controller here. He's doing some kind of skyping in to your device. He doesn't animate. It's just a picture of his face. I figured in the future, on a spaceship, that they'd at least have the technology we have today, but apparently Skype doesn't exist in the future. We're gonna get that window fixed too. That's probably not gonna be cheap. So, pretty big window. So I think we leave this room soon. I just want this video to be a warning. I'm so sick of everyone getting duped into wasting money. If this looks interesting to you, then I don't know, maybe I'm not conveying this right, but it is pretty broken. I don't even know what I'm trying to do here, honestly. I think I was just experimenting with the tool to see. I was like, can I fix the broken window? Maybe, I don't know. I'm sure it didn't take me long to figure out that. I was just trying to leave. I actually forgot how to teleport here. This is me being stupid. It's like trying to point in a direction, and then I eventually remember that you have to use the analog stick. Is this something anybody wanted? So this might sound dumb, but I had never actually heard of this movie before. It's called Awakenings, and it came out last year, 2016. So this VR experience is timed to coincide with the Blu-ray release of Awakenings. Somehow this one got past me entirely. It was a movie with Chris Pratt and Jennifer Lawrence. I have no idea what it's about. Oh, good. Yeah, this is none of the puzzles are even difficult. So, like, just twist these things around until you make the beam of light go from one side to the other. It's like Pipe Dream in VR. We don't really need this. But whatever. This absolutely does not make me want to go watch that movie or go buy the Blu-ray. So, if this was supposed to do that, total failure. Now this is where this reminds me of the bar in The Shining, which is strange because it's even got this futuristic stuff going on the side, but it just has that same kind of overall tone. I think the red carpet helps. And the bartender, the singular bartender. This is where I thought maybe the game was going to start getting good. You know, that everything up to this point was maybe just like this, not a tutorial, but... Oh, I didn't select that drink, by the way. My controller just happened to be resting there, and it automatically selected it for me. But this is, I mean, you know, if you've ever seen a scary movie or something, this is a great setup. We got the android bartender, and he's going haywire. You know, he just slammed his head against the counter and dragged himself back and forth. But instead of taking that to like a level where it could have been interesting, like, you know, the android's crazy and, you know, like, watch it. The game reverts back to what it's been doing the whole time, and that is setting you up for a really, really simple puzzle. Now, this is a welding or a soldering tool that I'm using here. And watch this. See this? There is no real rhyme or reason here. I'm trying to draw a line back and forth between these two circles, which is exactly what you're supposed to do. But I guess you're just supposed to do it slower. But not too slow, or it'll disappear. See how that first piece... Yep. I finally figured it out. Now, just because I figured it out doesn't mean the rest of it went so well. I was also leaning on my little controller there. There we go. That's the first time that's ever happened. I've never accidentally turned off the sound on my headset. See? I got it figured out, but it doesn't go very well from this point on. I keep trying to get a different perspective, different angle. Because right now I'm holding the controller against my chest, and that's how far back I'm holding it so that I can do this properly. And I keep recalibrating the camera. I tried to move around on the couch a little bit, and no matter what I did, it didn't go well. As you can see, even though this video is going to be about 20 minutes long, and the game is supposed to be 20 minutes long, I didn't see the whole thing, because this is how I spent my 20 minutes. Just frustrated. And I really hope that, you know, I can save you guys a few bucks by demonstrating my frustration. So look, it keeps disappearing. Like, it's certainly not out of sight of the camera. You know, this is when it disappears, it's like at lap level. So none of this makes any sense to me, and also the timing of this doesn't make any sense either. Like, we get it. We have to draw a line. Just let me draw the line. I don't understand. I mean, is this like, you know, supposed to be a soldering simulation?
Okay, one to go.
I think this one went slightly better. So dumb. It's like, hey, we're gonna put you out in space. It's gonna be this amazing VR experience, and then we're gonna make you draw lines. It's like, really? This is the best thing you could think for us to do in VR? And again, like, the environment, this bartender here, like, it's just got a creepy vibe where, like, it could have been very cool, but instead it's just boring and frustrating. I think we ordered a few more drinks here. I tried to hit him over the head with a glass, because why wouldn't you? See, again, that's just where the controller was resting. I didn't select that drink. So he brings you an empty glass. I threw it.
Okay, we're almost home. Now you need to suit up and bring the key out to me. Head for the airport.
And now I realize you have to have the controller somewhere else so that you don't accidentally select a drink. It would have been so great if I could have smashed this over his head. That would have made my whole day, and I would have told everyone to buy this. I would have been like, this is no longer is no longer a movie tie-in. This is just take your frustrations out on your bartender simulator. It would have been phenomenal. I would have sat there for 24 hours just smashing glasses over this dude's head. But instead, it's, you know, time to move along, and then the next place we get to is absolutely the final straw, where I just can't take it anymore. We've got about 4 minutes left in this video, and there should have been about 30 seconds left in this video, because I spent far too long getting angry. Yeah, I just pulled the switch on the first try. That was decent, I suppose.
Okay, the atmosphere panels on the other
And
side of the pool.
this doesn't even look that good in VR. Like, I'm looking at this right now on a flat screen as I narrate, and I'm like, oh, this is kind of pretty, but you know, it looks almost as flat in VR as it does on your screen here. So don't go in thinking, you know, this is gonna make anything better. In fact, yeah, here we go. This should look familiar.
Steady your nerves. You've got work to do.
We get the first couple going, and then we just had some major problems. Yeah, you know, it's VR does make everything better, but when you're really frustrated because a game mechanic is broken, I think that's when VR makes things worse, because now you have this giant mask strapped to your head, which can get warm or hot, and so if you're already upset, then you've got this, you know, this thing that's making everything hotter. The temperature does not help you. Like, hot temperatures don't help you when you're already frustrated. And so here I am doing this, and I'm like just literally screaming, yelling at the game, telling it what a pile of crap it is. Just, yeah, VR does not make this better. I don't, in all fairness, I don't think anything could have made this better. Even if this worked, yeah, I'm like looking around, just being like, does anyone see what I'm doing here? And no one does.
We've got work to do.
No one does, and hopefully no one ever will, because no one else should have to be put through this. How frustrating is this, right? Yeah, and obviously Sony knows what they're doing. As soon as they disable the share button functionality, that's an absolute clear sign that they don't want anybody sharing this. You know, I know people like Dave Station, like that is their primary way of sharing videos. So, you know, it helps Sony to keep people from sharing their videos. People who maybe don't use capture cards and stuff. See, here I am. I'm like stepping back,
Firefly, we've got work to do.
trying to get a different angle at it, and I think it worked for like a second or two, but it didn't actually solve my whole problem. All right, we got to end this. We're coming to the end of the video, and I'm giving up very quickly. Don't buy this. Don't waste your money. There are plenty of other things. I'm working on a Polybius. Was that how you say it? Polybius review. That's decent. Not great, but decent for sure. And then there's also Moonshot Galaxy that came out today. I was waiting on a review code, but I might just have to suck it up and buy it because it's still not here. So I've got a lot of work to do today, and I cannot waste any more time on this piece of garbage. So thanks, Sony. You did it again. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I love you all.